Good morning, everybody. Good morning, aloha. It is Thursday, March 13th, and you are on the Coconut Wireless. All right, folks. Again, welcome, 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 and let's bring on Uncle Charlie. What's happening, Uncle Charlie?
Hey, brother, what's happening? What's happening, Mel? Aloha, no, everyone, and welcome to the Coconut Wireless. Yep, got my shirt on. There you go. See,
Yep,
got it on
that's
my
right. There, look at that. Woohoo!
coconut shirt. So, doing
Hey,
good, doing good. Just a lot of things happening. Today was the county address by Mayor Kawakami today.
yes, it
So,
was. It was. It was.
and I happened to be taking care of all the VIPs arriving from the outer islands, which was nice. Which was
It,
nice.
it was actually really nice. Governor Green was there. Lieutenant Governor Luke was there. Mayor Bisson from Maui was there. Mayor Blangiardi from Honolulu was there. And we had Mr. Bill Hanti representing Kimo Alameda from the Big Island. It was awesome to talk story, and it's always wonderful. Hi, Patsy. Patsy's on. She's my oh, look, she said nice shirts. Yeah. You can
Hmm.
get these, by the way. If you want to get one of these shirts, let me know. Shoot me a message. I'll send you the link. But yeah, it was awesome, and among many others that were there, I saw the security detail there. Um, oh, Charlie, look at what Patsy said. You look handsome.
Hey, thanks, Patsy.
But yeah, it was. I saw the security detail, making sure that they were safe. The governor and I had a chance to chat um, about some potential partnerships going forward. And I think for those of you that know, me and the governor had our we had our issues during COVID, and but I will say we have mended that really well, and we are quite fond of each other. But Charlie, that's a great segue into and we'll talk about the mayor's address too, because it was actually a really, really good address. I think he covered a lot of ground, and he did it in a good way. Basically, sharing the budget that we haven't seen yet. We will see. We get it. It has to be sent over to us by the 15th, so we'll get it tomorrow. Um, but he covered a lot of ground. But when you see all of these politicians, elected officials together in one spot, and we can actually have a discussion in a civil way, whether or not did I agree with everything that the mayor wants to do in this budget? No, I cannot say everything. 90% of it, yeah. But that I'm not up there holding paddles, calling him an idiot or screaming or yelling. We really appreciate the relationship our council has with our mayor, and yeah, we're not always going to agree, but that doesn't mean we have to hate each other. So I
I
hope
agree.
Congress watches this and looks, and watching the council members clap when he makes a point or makes a statement, and it happened quite often and frequently. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to put that in, but a lot of things in his address today that I thought is really good things for our county.
Mm.
Unfortunately, Charlie, there was an accident, and I'm sure you want to get this off your chest because I can read your mind. There was some people that never made it to the address because they got stuck in traffic coming in from the west side. And Charlie, I believe, in fact, I know Kumu Lena Ala Jardine was supposed to do the opening Oli, and she never made it. She was stuck in traffic. So
Hmm.
Troy Lazaro came in and was able to come in at a very last minute request, and he did an awesome job. But I understand even Stephanie might have been stuck in that traffic as well, and but I'm not sure. I just heard that. But anyway, what's up, Chris? Aloha, Chris. Aloha. But yeah, Charles. So what's your take on all of that, man?
Well, I was stuck in traffic today. We had some things to do. My again, for those of you that don't know, my primary role is to secure the airport when we have that many dignitaries come in. Uh, Unfortunately, there was just a slight hiccup with one of the air carriers that was transporting some of the dignitaries from Honolulu. and so the flight got canceled, and they moved every what was able to put um, them on another flight. So it sort of runs a kink in the plans that we have, because our whole objective is to, whenever you have that many dignitaries and people, just out of curiosity or just want to say hello to them, it does create some of a it's just an uncomfortable feeling. I mean, I'm sure everybody has a good intentions, but we have to look at everything as a security risk, right? So that's where my personnel, for that brief moment in time, they will escort the dignitaries from the plane straight to their awaiting vehicles. And there's a way we do it, and I'm not going to discuss how we do it, but there is a particular way that we do it, so we can just stay. And I'm glad everything, even though with some delays, went like clockwork. Having said that, I'm sort of torn. I have a lot of faith in our law enforcement agency on Kauai, known as the Kauai Police Department. But I wonder how certain things are handled, especially with accidents on the roadway, especially when you have a single lane, a single lane going in either direction, right? And sure, you get the vehicles off, but sometimes what creates more of a backlog is just the gawking of those vehicles. And I think a lot of people are legitimately concerned. They want to see who's involved, right? And so what happens is, for every space created, you multiply that and go backwards, and that's how much space is created behind you, and that's how much time is stretched out just to get through a certain point. So today I got caught. I was from Omao Bridge to Tunnel of Trees, was about an hour and 22 minutes. But the accident had been cleared. So I don't know if I was in considered kupuna traffic, where the average speed was about zero point 0.5 miles an hour. I don't know. So maybe you have some ideas on, and Mel, I'll tell you this. I don't know where this came from, but I've never been involved with um, auto wrecks or any type of accidents, right? That they're just left on the side of the road. I've never had that on Maui. Tow trucks on rotation list, boom, come pick up out of there, because we believe that any obstruction, whether it's on the side of the road or anywhere near that area, can be a potential hazard. That's just the way we look at it.
I know Charlie called it gawking, but for us lay people, it's rubbernecking. Angela, correct. That's just human nature, though, right, Charlie? People are not going to
Yeah.
stop, bro. I mean, I'm guilty of it. It's like, whoa, who is that? Is anybody hurt?
Yeah.
But you're right, Charlie. You're right. And by the way, after your call today, I actually had run into the chief at the mayor's address, and I am meeting with him tomorrow. We're going to discuss exactly that and see what we can do at the council level. Is it more funding? I mean, we need to get these cars off and out of the roadway, and the roadway is including the shoulders. You know, when I drive along the highway or in the roadways and I see a car that was involved in an accident and it's left there and yellow tape around the car, that even makes it worse, right? Because the yellow tape is an invitation to rubberneck. It's like, wow,
Oh,
what
no,
is that?
no, no, a yellow tape. I can tell you, the road that goes behind by Kauai Coffee, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There are several vehicles that had yellow tape around it and the stickers, abandoned vehicles at that point, right? What that means is Kmart special between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. in the morning. Take whatever pots you want, because you go there the next couple of days. It's
Gone.
stripped. It's
It's
stripped.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got a
Yeah.
frame. And I just don't understand.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why. And I think, that's something that we're going to have to address in this year's budget is there has to be a way. I mean, when I was patrolling on Kauai. Uh, it was we posted a car abandoned. The next day we mark the tires. You got to chalk the tires to make sure that the car doesn't move. 24 hours later, the same cop that posted the car goes back, and if that car is still there, they're calling for a tow, and that car is gone. And I'm not sure when we got away from that, but we need to reinstate that. And again, it's going to cost money because the county's got to pay, but we recover that money when the person picks up the car. If he wants the car, if not, well, then it is what it is. But we cannot allow these cars in criminal justice. In studying criminal justice, there's a thing called the broken window theory, and it's very simple. If you live in a neighborhood and you there's someone breaks a window, if you don't repair the window right away, then the chances of having another broken window is greater. If you have graffiti on a wall and you don't take care of it, the broken window theory is the same thing. You will see more graffiti. So we got to be on top of these things. When you get a car on the side of the road, we got to take care of that. Otherwise, you'll have more cars on the road, and that's what we're seeing today. And you're right. The rubbernecking, gawking is a problem. It is a problem. So now I'm not suggesting that when you see an accident, speed up and go past, but just continue your normal flow and get to where you're going. Because Charlie, you're right. The 2 or 3 car gap at the scene of the scene of the accident, quarter mile, half mile down the road, it's just exponentially larger, and your time, like you said, half a mile an hour. It's not right.
Yeah. So, but I'm at an age now where it doesn't make any sense, ex- you know, um, showing road rage on something like that. It is what it is, right? You can only move so fast. But I learned, especially because I go to work early in the morning, between like 3:30, 4 o'clock that time. You gonna get one knucklehead gonna come and tailgate you. I don't even keep my eye on the back anymore because why? I'm going forward. Momentum is telling me anything that can happen going to happen in front of you and not in back. So I really don't care about the low. And I just cannot handle, somebody tailgate you. I mean, hey, where you going in such a hurry? And if there's no other, overtake me. I'll pull over, go overtake. But some of these guys, and then, these guys act up and, maybe in my younger days, I'll pull them over and see if I can help them with their handicap. Maybe they're limping one way. I'll fix the other side for them. But no, I just like, nah, just let it go.
Yeah, and maybe it's because we get older, right? Like in my younger days, and not too long ago, I always felt like I gotta drive fast. I gotta get there quick. I'd be coming along the 2 lane highway, and if someone was in front of me, I would just overtake them. I mean a not 2 lane opposite direction, but 2 lanes in the same direction. And now, as I'm older, honestly, Charlie, I don't know what. Maybe I just get more patience now. It's like there's no sense because the
Yeah.
car that I just said overtake is
Hmm.
gonna be right next to me at the red light when we get to the red light. Same place. I just said burn more gas. That's all.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy.
Yeah. But so anyway,
Jan, thank you.
I'm glad.
I'm
I'm
assuming
glad.
you're talking about us, Jan. We are the
Yes.
best. I don't
Yes.
know.
We're the bestest in the westest. Yep. And the eastest.
Like I always say, I don't know if we're the best, but we're freaking hard to beat. Love you, Jan. Yeah, this is fun.
It's,
Hey,
it's it's that old saying. It's that old saying like, hey, take your time, but hurry up. So
yeah, yeah.
just one of those days. But I did want to say thank you, Mel. I know you'll have a productive session with the chief, and hopefully something can be worked out. Um, but I do want to, just give a real short shout out for our kupunas out there. Again, I said this before. If you feel faint and you're gonna fall, the best thing you can do is sit down. Too many times, our kupunas, they get a little bit dizzy and they try stand. If they cannot catch themselves, fast enough, the higher their upper part of their body is from the ground, the just that much more distance the impact when they fall. So if you feel like fainting, sit down. if you cannot, like my knees is giving me some hard time. So when I go downstairs, I kind of turn my body and I step. So in case I fall into the stairs and not away from the stairs when you're falling at a greater height. So I just want to give that just a little safety bit for all our kupunas out there because we love you. We don't want nothing to happen to you, especially if you can make it to a ripe old age and enjoy a good life without any injuries. It's even better yet. Okay?
Thank you, Charlie, because I am now in that class of kupuna.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
you can tell when you reach kupuna class. You know why?
Why?
Because when you go to Big Save, they'll ask you, "How old are you?" And you go, "Why?" He goes, "Oh, because if you this age, you get discount." That's why.
I was getting that questions before I became kupuna. It's just how old I look. You know what I mean? It was actually quite offensive. You know, like, oh, you how old are you? Because we get discount, for kupuna. I'm not kupuna, but I am now, and I'm proud of it. I'm so proud of it.
Well, I like the golden fox look. My hero has always been Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers. When you
Oh
get that
yeah, yeah,
money,
yeah,
woo,
yeah.
woo,
He
woo.
made he made the silver hair
But
cool. He made him cool.
no, who's that? The guy? Was it not Charlie Pride? Oh, they used to call him the Silver Fox. But even Kenny Rogers,
Yeah,
with that, yeah, with that color hair, yeah.
yeah. I like color my hair so bad. Patsy won't let me. I really wanna. I like color him blue though, but she won't let me. She won't.
You
There's a
know,
girl in my office. She make her hair blue. I think it's pretty cool actually.
if you want your hair to be, colored, look nice, and also waterproof, kiwi shoe polish, black. Water hit them, water gonna just run off.
Patsy, can I use the? I get kiwi shoe polish outside. I can try that tonight. Actually, I'll have Patsy put them on for me. Actually, I'll put them on next week and before the show next week. Hey, I gotta say, I went to the dentist today. I had a root canal, 7:45 this morning, because you know, I had bite one on Monday night. I bit in. I love wasabi peanuts. I love it. It's like the best thing because you get the peanut, but it's covered with hot wasabi. And
Ooh.
yeah, Monday night, man, because I don't have Snicker bars or Reese's peanut butter cups here. I went with that. And anyway, I it did something to my tooth. Um, it was nighttime, so there was nowhere to go. I load up on the Advil. Tuesday morning, I called my dentist, went in emergency, and there you go. Look at that. And but they told me I need one root canal, but they couldn't do it yesterday, and I went in this morning. And if you know me, I am deadly afraid of dentists. I mean, I gotta psych myself out before I go to the dentist. I gotta do my prayers. I gotta. It's just I don't. I think there's a lot of you that feel the same way. But yeah, I get anxiety. I get I hyperventilate. It's really horrible. And the dentists don't do root canals anymore. They send you off to this place called Kauai Endodontics at Kukui Grove, and that's all they do. Charlie, morning to afternoon, all they do is root canal. Just line them up. So I went in today, this morning, nervous as hell, and did the X-rays, and then I got introduced to the doctor. His name is Doctor Siegler, and I just want to say that it was all right.
Mhm. They put you
uh,
under the gas.
no, they hit no gas. Nobody gets gas anymore. Nobody has gas. So
Yeah.
if you know of a dentist that still uses the gas, I need gas and I struggle without the gas. But I told him I have a very high tolerance for pain, very high. I can broke my leg or my arm, except dental pain. I have a very low tolerance for dental pain. That nerve pain is the worst. So I told him, whatever the maximum dose for my body weight for that Nova, just start off with that. Don't just give it all to me up front. So my head, from the top of my head to the bottom of my left toe, was numb. But I tell you what, he went through that whole thing, dug whatever he had to dig out, whatever they do, and was painless. So
You have to be careful though when you take that when they give you that much to control the pain. You know why, right?
Why?
And it no, you just have to be careful because when you wake up and you leave, you got to make sure that all your money is intact in your wallet because you cannot feel him on your wallet. He's gone.
No, yeah, yeah. Well, that part was shocking when you leave and they tell you what your co-payment was. I was like, oh my lord, they should have just pulled the damn tooth. Should have just pulled the tooth. But
You know,
anyway,
when I had mine done, I did some of the work up here, then they sent me to Honolulu. And then they tell you, okay, you're good to go. They're going to finish up the rest on Kauai. But they forget to tell you that, hey, you got to drive from the dentist office to the airport. And like you said, you hyperventilate, right? So I tell everybody, hey, you're going to do root canal. Not only should you have painkillers, make sure you get one AED. Make sure the dentist is CPR qualified. Because I swear, you just that close to passing out and like your heart going to stop. I tell you, who?
well, that's why when you talked about, if you kupuna and you feel dizzy, sit down. Thank God they make you lay down because I would pass out. I would just, I'd pass out. I cannot look. I cannot look at the needle. I cannot. I just cannot. I cannot. It's like I
I get
wish I could.
headaches. I get headaches looking at the needle. You know why? Because when they stick them in, the thing is so close, your eyes still like this, looking at the needle, and I get a mean headache afterward.
Okay, now I know. Now I know. Melissa needs help. Now I know, Melissa. And I hope you're wearing your coconut wireless shirt. Melissa got her and her husband got coconut wireless shirts. I love the dentist. I love the dentist. That something wrong with you, girl. Something wrong with you, girl. Something is wrong with you. I love you like a sister. But if you love the dentist, something wrong. Something definitely wrong. Something wrong. Hell, my ears itchy. Okay. My lord. I don't know anybody except Melissa now that loves the dentist. Like, oh, I cannot wait to go see my dentist. No, hell no. I swear to God, ask Patsy, man. I get no. And Charlie, as cops, we go into situations that you build this you program your mind, I guess, because you get all these calls, random calls, and all these dangerous situations you got to show up at, and so over time you build this ability to deal with that. But I cannot do it for dentists. I need therapy. I need therapy because I mean, people call gunshots or domestic or whatever, three men fighting. I put the blue lights. I want to be there. You got to go dentist. Ooh, no, 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 no. Something wrong, child. I need help. I need help.
So, if a criminal is a dentist, what you're saying is the likelihood of him getting arrested is 0 to none, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. It's like, oh no, man. Not my dentist. No, yeah, you do whatever you like, man. Robert, never trust a dentist with blood on his uniform. Yeah. I was the first patient, so if there had any blood, would have been mine. Look,
You
one
know,
more. Jane.
really,
Jane is another one. She loves her dentist, Enchanted Lake Dental. Maybe I gotta fly to your dentist. I don't know.
yeah, really good dentists. And the one that worked on me in Honolulu, they're the whole objective is why they got that stainless steel syringe of theirs, but he doesn't press in because he said a lot of times when the thing wears off, the reflexive side of it, how much pressure you use, that's what causes the pain. So what he does, he actually lays it on your gum, and he moves your gum around to wiggle it onto the needle, and that's why I never did feel the thing poking in. But there was a point where maybe a little bit too much was given, and the thing would hit that nerve and went whack. I gave you one shock, but then after that, it was like, hey, 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 hey. Talk, start talking like one broken down car trying to start. Like, hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I did one root canal during the pandemic in one secure big Ziploc bag. We were testing things out at the beginning of the pandemic. Oh my lord.
Is that my daughter Melissa again?
Yes, 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 yes. The
I
Chris,
saw it.
Chris enjoys the flossing and brushing at least twice a day. You see, and I'll be straight up honest. I never really take good care of my teeth growing up. There's just something I never did floss. I really never did floss. We brushed teeth growing up. My parents made me floss. Brush. We never did floss. But as I got older, I brush teeth when I felt like it, and yeah, I paying the price now. So to all of you out there, especially the younger ones, take care of your doggone teeth.
Yep.
Take care, because
Exactly.
Chris, the smell of that grinding, burning teeth is what I know. Like, yeah, that's just part of what I know. Like, Charlie explained the needle. I don't like that part either. I don't like laying down in a state where I have absolutely no control of what this guy is doing to me in my mouth. I don't like that. I'm not claustrophobic, but there's got to be a condition. There's got to be a diagnosis for people like me who just I don't like being that restricted. It's not like you can just rip the stuff out of your mouth. I mean,
Brother, you remember
oh,
back in the older days when I used to go to the dentist, long time ago. After they get you numbed up, you get that sink right next to your chair, right? Your mouth is already half numb. They tell you, okay, spit out. You're like, and I think, well, slobbery. I go, hey, doc, I can't spit well. you know, do you have one of those vacuum cleaners that you use? Because he don't know. He go, no, spit. And you go, and I think all over your clothes, you missed the bowl completely. You know, that's that's the old days.
yeah. Now they get this guy actually has on block. He put it in your mouth on the opposite side, so you don't need stretch your mouth open the whole time. You can actually relax.
Yeah.
They get this really one flat suction thing that catch all the spit.
Hmm.
So you're not stopping every so often saying, okay, rinse, rinse, rinse. No, you just leave that thing in there and you go to work. But yeah,
And
anyway.
then what the weirdest part is, your mouth so numb, right? And the thing like, next thing you hear, your tongue is stuck on the end of the vacuum cleaner. They go, things start screaming after a while. It's like, okay, let go your tongue, and half your tongue is already up the tube, and you gotta pull them back out, and you gotta reposition. Holy schmolies. Yep. But you feel
Any
good after.
dentist, Pono says, any dentist is better than a military dentist. Start with an O6 working on you, and when you wake up, you find an E4 practicing. So that O6 is a colonel. So you start off, and when you wake up, you get one NCO, one enlisted. Yeah, in all the years, I never went to a military dentist. I would live through the pain of a jam up tooth, and I shouldn't say that because I would guess that the military has some really, really good dentists, but it's just the
And
automatic thinking.
psychologically, you know what's even worse? You go to your dentist, he puts you in a chair, he smiles at you, and all his teeth is gone.
Oh yeah.
That is the worst. That is the worst feeling.
Chris says his grandma is 96. She took good care of her. Took good care. She still has all her original teeth. Holy moly! Unfortunately, age and use degrades it. So there's a good time to get. So there's a good time to get dentures, regardless how you take care. Yeah, I tell you, today in the middle of all the digging and jackhammering and all the stuff he was doing, I was thinking, maybe it's a good idea to just go get implants. You know, go take out a second mortgage and go get implants, and then you never have to worry about this stuff ever again.
I seen implants on some people, and I think it's bad. I don't know how they set it up. I mean, there's one guy I saw at where was it? I think it was a might have been a visitor, but I saw him at Lihue Bekukui Grove. You could tell his teeth wasn't his teeth. The bugger would look like one horse. You know, the bugger say wrong. It's just like maybe he didn't fall asleep when he was measuring or something. The thing not right. I saw that. I went, "Ooh, bro, you look like Mr. Ed, the talking horse." You know what I mean? I said, "Whoa, something
you
not right."
you can tell, like, a lot of the celebrities. Interestingly, a lot of our professional wrestlers, because I'm a fan, proud fan of the WWE and the AEW, but a lot of the professional wrestlers, they get all nice teeth, whether they're veneers or if they're actual implants. But you're right, some of them it's so obvious that it's fake.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but if you do them right, I guess it's probably nice. Somebody told me today, if you like fix your teeth, or it was yesterday, uh, if you like get your teeth done, go to Thailand. And he was serious. He was dead serious. I'm like, okay.
No,
I,
don't do that.
I,
If you look at your structure, right? In Thailand, they use teeth made for kids. All your teeth can be real small. Go look like go look like chiclets, bro. In your mouth.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Look
yeah.
like chiclets. Yeah,
That would
yeah.
probably be all right though, I guess. I don't know.
So just be careful. You know, folks, if you're just joining us, you're wondering, what the hell am I doing? Joining you guys, you guys talking about teeth and all that kind of stuff. And we just got onto that subject, and that's what we do. Talk story about the most craziest things we can think of.
Well, we got onto the subject because you gave that safety advice about if you get
Oh,
lightheaded, you're gonna fall. So
yeah.
sit down. And I was thinking, I was at the dentist today and I got lightheaded at I think 18 times. So, but I was lying down, so I never fall. That's how we got onto this silly subject. But
Yeah.
Melissa, you gotta floss 4 times a day. Wow, you must have really good teeth. Flossing is fine. I now I floss every day because I gotta protect these little teeth
Hmm.
because it's giving me problems now. No eat wasabi pine nuts. Don't suck them first. Suck all the wasabi off, and then eat the peanut. Yeah.
And do not chew on anything that resembles blue rock. Guarantee it don't broke your mouth. Don't chew on anything like that.
Yeah. That's why I like the Reese's peanut butter cups because it's soft and it's Hershey's. That as long as no almonds or nuts in that thing. Is that the milk
Oh,
chocolate?
this thing get almonds.
Oh, perfect. Don't,
Yeah.
Charlie. Be careful. I don't want you to go through what I just went through. Be very careful. What do
No.
you guys want to talk about, folks? What else do you guys like to talk about besides teeth and dentists? And tell us in the comments what do you guys want to talk about.
Yeah,
A lot of stuff going on in this country
yeah,
of ours.
yeah.
Marie, all the way from Oahu. I became a grandmother today. A little boy named Hunter. Congratulations. That is like changes your life. I don't know if that's your first one, but I can tell you the when my first grandson was born, it just instantly changed my outlook on life. I can't explain it, but it does. Charlie, you are grandpa many times over, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, Marie, what number this is for you, but it's it's it's
You know,
it's
I
crazy.
will tell you the one thing, and I'll pass this along. Never feel because your grandchildren, when they start becoming young adults, they're gonna have to live their lives too. And I found myself getting very, very greedy in a sense because I always had them around me. They always depended on me. When get to a point, they're not going to depend on you anymore. And but you should just still love them as you always do. But don't. I took it hard. I felt that sense of rejection. You get older, like, I tell the wife, oh, and the kids not call me up, this and that, and my grandchildren. But they have lives too. So I'm learning slowly to adjust because I know they love me and they'll call me every so often when they need money. They'll call. So
It's Marie's first one. Congratulations, Marie. Yeah, I am going to spoil the heck out of them. I mean,
that's what grandparents are for.
isn't
They're
that
on the
Charlie?
earth to
Yeah,
spoil the grandchild. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
That's what I was told, and you just affirmed that, reaffirmed that. So awesome, awesome.
Hmm.
Angela got a new great grandnephew, a great nephew early this morning. Another one. Congratulations,
Yeah,
congratulations.
congratulations. Yeah,
Yeah, the it's hard, especially long distance grandchildren away. And I know this. My dad was living on the mainland 40 plus years, and my kids, his grandchildren, never really got to know him. Never really got to know him like we know him, right? And I don't want that to happen with my grandkids. So, like I said, when you see me driving Uber and Lyft on Kauai, no make fun. That is to help us get some travel money so we can go visit the kids. So, um, yeah, Cindy feels the same way with the older grandkids. But isn't that like your kids though, Charlie? Same as the kids, right? As they get older, and they start hanging out with their friends, and they're still living at home, so you get to see them when they come home. But once they go away, and then it's
yeah.
you know, um, My son sometimes it's he's in Portugal, by the way. My son Baron is in Portugal. He went with his coworker. They went on a vacation to Portugal. He's in Lisbon right now, and they're gonna go
Oh,
all over Portugal. I think he's gonna be up there for like 10 days or something.
mm,
So awesome, awesome. And I've never been to Portugal, and I'm pure Portuguese. So
yep. I will say this much. When my granddaughter was born, um, they take the first shots, right? They always tell you go in with your grandchild, but don't let your grandchild look at you when they administer. They poke the
oh
vaccine.
oh
Don't do that because that's a lasting memory for them. So my grandbabies, I was the one going in there, and I tell you, I just make sure that I hug them and keep them close to me. And so now I look back because growing up, I always brought the baby into the shower, and I told my wife, "This baby is a water baby." So for those of you that know my Kyra, she was Miss Kauai 2018. She was also the junior lifeguard national champion representing Kauai, and she beat out in Long Beach. She beat out everybody up there. But you kind of know because we used to live at this place, beautiful place in Hawaii Kai, and my wife would just go crazy. She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to teach her how my dad taught me. That is, grab you, throw you in the deep end, you go and swim." And she did. And after that, she just took off, and I've never stopped her. And I'm so glad. So glad.
I wish you had showered me when I was young, Charlie. I'd been Olympic gold medalist swimmer.
Well, did you know that my lovely wife, right? And, for those out there, but her brother is the famous Bill Smith, and he was on, I believe it's 1942 or 1946 Olympics in Europe, and he's a four-time gold medalist.
Wow,
Yeah, he went to Ohio State. Mhm. They even did
nice.
a docudrama about him. So, but
So,
my wife, um,
no, go ahead.
no, my wife get hard time swimming though.
Oh, I guess you got to go shower with her, bro.
Yeah.
So Melissa said, let's talk about measles. It's spreading
Yes.
in several states. Without being political, without getting political. Listen, folks, I honestly thought we had gotten rid of measles. I honestly thought we had
Yep.
eradicated measles. But like any other communicable disease,
Hmm.
it is coming back. And I'm listening to the news, and I listen. I try to listen to the unbiased news networks, not those biased news networks. But the reality is, a very high percentage of those kids that are being affected or infected with measles either are not vaccinated or their parents were not vaccinated. So, I mean, again, I don't want to open that can of worms of vaccines, or are they good or are they bad, but the bottom line is measles is a very, very, very contagious disease, and I believe our kids should be protected, should be vaccinated, and because it's not just about you, right? It's about everybody you come in contact with. So, yeah, it's a horrible disease. I think there's one death so far, but it is what it is. And come on, how else you? I don't know how you get that to somebody's head, like, hoy. uh, I I just never seen measles in my life until now. It's crazy,
Well,
crazy.
it's when you see a child struggling, when they're trying to fight it off, right? It's a battle, and it's not nice, and you don't like to see no child struggle and having this contagious disease. But I mean, as a parent, you do what you want to do, and if you feel you don't want to get your child vaccinated, but please don't make it anybody else's problem if things go south. I mean, we all have a different approach to it. I just believe. I mean, I've been vaccinated, since COVID, and again, I always say my brother didn't have to die, but at his age, who would have known that COVID would have taken him? I mean, it was like he was one of the statistic wise at the time at the very beginning. there weren't really any hard numbers to validate one way or the other, but he had it, and all I'm left with is basically talking to him wherever he's at. Said, I wish we had more time to spend with each other after he found us. But, and I'm not saying that's going to happen to your child, but your child doesn't have to go unnecessarily through, if they contract the measles, they don't have to go through all the bad stuff that comes with it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, Charlie, I think parents make that decision however they see fit. But at the end of the day, we live in a community that we want to protect the community as well.
Yes.
Angela
Yeah.
says, "Can you still catch it even if you have your vaccination?" I honestly, I don't know.
It's
You
new.
know,
I mean,
uh,
I don't. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I gotta believe. I cannot. I think we've heard it enough times where no vaccine is 100% effective. But I mean, I, I I think the chances of catching it are much greater if you're not vaccinated. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, let's bring on Doctor, our good friend Doctor DeWorkin one day. Maybe he can answer some questions for our audience, right? Can help them out. I mean, it's another perspective.
yeah. I think that'd be a good discussion. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah. So yeah, just guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ohana, and in the best way you see fit. This whole religious exemption thing, I always question that. I've never heard of that until COVID, and then everybody was just looking for ways to not get the shot, and I don't know. I've been to a Catholic church, went to a few other Christian churches. Um, I've never been to a non-Christian religion church, but I've never heard of that exemption. I've never heard of a church that would say that getting a vaccine is against their Bible or their word. But again, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. I respect everybody's opinion, but that thing is spreading throughout it's in Texas too, and I worry. Although my grandkids are not going to school yet, but they do go to the playground. The older one goes to the playground. He was there today with his dad, and it just doesn't take much. Doesn't take much. So anyway,
Yeah.
um, my auntie. I'm going to jump back to this one because I think this is so cool. My auntie Mary plays Wordle every day with one of her granddaughters as a way to stay in touch. I think that's so cool. I think
Oh,
that's so
yeah.
cool because now you get all these games that you can play online, and you can actually. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. It's pretty cool.
I get real. Sometimes I even end up crying. I'm just watching, because of FaceTime, right? On your smartphones, you get to FaceTime, and I just enjoy it with my wife and my grandchildren because my granddaughter's in Arizona, and the other grandchildren on Oahu, and they get to FaceTime with their grandma, and I just watch, and I can just see my wife light up when the kids call, and I that's what makes me happy. The little things in life that I get to watch it unfold in real time. That's
Yeah, FaceTime is a double-edged sword because it's so fun to see them, but you cannot
yeah,
touch them, you cannot hug them, you cannot kiss them, and always on your mind as this FaceTime is running is it's going to end. At some point we gotta end the call, and then it's like, oh, but it is. I gotta say, the pictures. My daughter is very good at sending us pictures every day. I am going to respect her wishes and not. She does not want to share the pictures of the baby on social media. I respect that. I would be sharing it across the world because I'm so proud. But um, and she has her reasons, and I respect that. So, uh, yeah, if you guys run into me and you like see my grandkids, I mean, I show them to everybody. I can show them live. She just doesn't want it on social media. But they
yeah.
are two adorable little boys, and
Oh yeah. I got to see them, and I concur and agree simultaneously. You are very blessed, Grandpa. Beautiful
I
children.
am
Beautiful.
I am blessed way more than I deserve to be. I will say that. But yeah, those two blessings really honestly changed the way I see things now. I really it's just amazing, and and there again, the worst part, Charlie. I've shared this with you, and I think I've shared it with the village. Is all my adult life, I always tried to make sure that they understood that Hawaii was where they need to be. That this is their home. This is where and they need to be. And as the son went away to college, decided to stay up there, and then he, tried to get my daughter to move up to check it out, and she did eventually, and said, "Yep, this is what I want." I was still trying to convince them that at some point they got to come back home, and this is their home, um, and probably a year or so ago, I realized that maybe that's not true. I mean, Hawaii will always be their home. My grandkids, no longer they're not born here, but the kids were, and this will always be their home. But when my wife and I were just talking about that when she came home from work, was they have been able to create a lifestyle for them and their children. My son no more kids yet, but at some point I hope he does. They have created a lifestyle for those kids that they would not be able to have here in Hawaii. So the conclusion is, yes, we get the palm trees and the. Oh, by the way, we got a blood moon tonight. I think between 8 and 9, you can see the red moon.
We're
But
werewolves. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But for them to come home to Kauai or anywhere in Hawaii, really, it would be different. The home life would be different, right? The now my daughter is able to stay home and be a stay at home mom. That would not be possible here. So yeah, it's a tough reality that maybe they're better off there. The selfish part of me is like, nah, man, that sucks. Texas sucks. But the when you got to analyze it objectively, and you realize the opportunities for those kids, their education system up there is much better. They got the ability to drive and see sites and learn about history firsthand, not in a textbook. They get to go see it. They
Yeah.
get to, it's just it sucks, but it is life. It is life. Nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah. I love it. I do want to say, and it became a reality. I put a post about my experience in, talking to my grandchildren and my children, saying that, if anything dad wants in life is just let's just enjoy each other now. Because I don't know how many more years, I'm past the 50 mark. And, in my family lineup on my dad passed away when he was 58. My mom passed away when she was 74. But I'm not worried about my wife because her parents lived to well into the 80s and 90s. So that I firmly believe in that bloodline, right? And so instead of and I gotta and every time Stephanie's telling me, you really gotta enjoy life because I'm so worried about things that I cannot control. I mean, I'm looking at her. I can be driving and I just start crying, and she goes, "What are you crying for?" I says, "I'm just imagining what would life be if you're not here next to me." I get that thing just hits you, and I'm pretty sure some people out there, you know what I'm talking about. And when you get to this particular age, I'm looking now. I'm 66, right? Give myself, you know, 20 more years. But even at that, putting a number, I think, I don't think it's a good thing. You try to go for as much as you can. And yet, looking at my wife, as beautiful as she is, she's 10 years older. And I know that her years, if you were to just look at numbers, would probably go before I do. And so that's why I worry all the time. And, it's just, I look at my friends, people in our community passing away, and wow. Because
Yeah.
when you're in your 30s and 40s, when we're in the department, right, we don't think about that kind of stuff because we going gung ho, we like gangbusters, right? But now you stay at that age now, it's like, whoo, man,
We're
it's
on the
going.
back nine, bro. We're on the back
Yep,
nine. Yeah, and
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
So I believe my book has already been written. My page, whenever that page comes, it comes, and it is what it is. I just hope, I just hope it's not painful. God, take me now, bam, one time, boom.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think about that a lot more. I never did. There was a point in my life I never thought about that stuff. I just never did.
Yeah.
And but we do. We think about it all the time, and just make sure you get all your affairs in order, and because you never know. Tomorrow is never promised.
Hey,
And
shifting gears.
please,
For those of you on Kauai, if you haven't gone to the new and improved Kiibo's Japanese restaurant, you gotta check it out. And for me, I was never a tonkatsu lover, but that place got the true traditional style tonkatsu. You know, the thick prime cut of the like the pork chop, pork tonkatsu, and
really,
it's thick. Yeah, it's huge and it's juicy. It's not dried out, and typical Hawaiian, we don't eat to get full, we eat to get tired. But I had to teach myself, in moderation. And so now, just a little of each. I'm just loving it, my Japanese food now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I heard. I have not been there. No, I have, but I guess they did another remodel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
so
service is fast. Uh, it's, I guess the son took over, the owner's
yeah,
son.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
How's the portions? How's the portions?
more than before.
Oh,
It's
really?
great. It's great. Yeah. And it's unbelievable.
Nice, nice.
So, so if you folks get a chance, and and I don't know if you know this person, but he came up and introduced himself. I believe his name is Sean Torres. Do you know who that is? He's with the county. He's like
Sean.
he's head of the west side, all the parks on the west side. So I met him
Oh,
today, and
yes, yes,
yeah,
I do, Charlie. Yes,
bald-headed brother. He's also a martial arts practitioner. He has
correct.
that. Okay. So we went to go look at the Hanapepe Park for the upcoming, doing our festival like we do every year, and we're gonna shift gears and have it down that side. So anyway, we were there, and I went into the car to do some work, and um, Stephanie brought him over to the car, and he just reached in and says, "I just want to shake your hand, and I wanted to meet you because when I saw you, I said, hey, that's Uncle Charlie,' and I go, 'Nice to meet you.' And we started to talk. He says, hey, uh, Teneri Ma'afala? I go, yeah,
Oh,
T. He goes, well, I was next door neighbors to him. I grew up at Meride Housing. I go, unbelievable. And I tell him, well, I lived in Kalihi too. And so we started to talk, and this gentleman has this mixed martial arts school at the Hanapepe Armory. And if you know where that is, we are going to help him because he helps kids that want to get into the sport but can't afford it. He says, not to worry, he's going to take the kids in anyway.
nice.
So, yeah, so one of the things, if you folks can, lend a hand and support his goal, and that is the things that cost money would be like the mats, like the
Mm-hmm.
wrestling mats, right, that they can work on. And, we are going, my lovely wife and I, and the organizations that we're affiliated, we're going to help them because we believe anything to help the youths, we're gonna go for it.
Good
And I
stuff.
just had a really nice talk, and he said, "Uncle, because of you, I got hooked on sneakers." So I said, "Well, good for you, boy." So I just wanted to give a shout out to that. I don't know the name of the school, but it's over at the Hanapepe Armory, and Sean Torres, and his uncle is Manny Cabral of Uncle's
Many
Kitchen.
uncles.
Yeah,
Nice.
but he is a Nihi Pali. So if you know the Nihi Pali name, a lot of them were police officers with the Honolulu Police Department.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. So he's on there, and I just had a really nice time fellowshipping with him.
Awesome.
So I told him
I
I'll
you
be glad.
know
Yeah.
Kauai has no shortage of these individuals, these community leaders that assist our youth. That's I mean that's what it's going to take. We talk
Hmm.
about our kids leaving, but even if they leave, we have an opportunity to, to make sure that they understand the cultural values of this place. So even if they leave, they get to take that with them and be share the aloha spirit and the giving attitude. And I, I'm gonna make a plug right now because, and I'll put this in the comments for all of you. The HLTA Hawaii Lodging Tourism Association, they do the annual charity walk, and it has started, and they do amazing things. They help so many local charities here on Kauai and on every island. And Kauai has always done very well. We beat Honolulu in donations. We beat the Big Island. We just have not beat Maui yet, but we're trying very hard. And they have given out, almost $700,000 in the last year. 60 local nonprofits that cater to our kupuna, our youth,
Hmm.
all different way. And so anyway, the reason I bring it up is because the county has a team, but I formed a team just for our county council, and we want to raise a lot of money for HLTA for the charity walk. So I'll put it in the link. I mean, I'll put the link in the comments. All you got to do is text Kauai 2306. That's our team name. Kauai 2306. Text it over to 71777, and then you will get the little information for to make a donation. Small. I don't give it's $1, 5, 10, 20, 1,000, a million. Doesn't matter. But just know, just in case Zuckerberg is watching. Just in case Zuckerberg
Oh,
is watching.
well, Schmood, you slide that puppy in there. Good. I glad you did it. I
Yeah,
glad you.
because I mean, some people have that ability, and the nice thing about the charity walk, regardless of what island you're on, those funds stay on the island that it is raised. It doesn't. There's no 10% that goes to uh, administrative fees. No, this goes directly to the charities involved. Everybody that's organizing the charity walk do not get paid. I am just amazed at, because Charlie, we talk about this all the time. Tourism. We just had this short chat last week or earlier this week. How some people like see tourism go away, and I believe we need a balance, but no one can tell me that there's another industry in this world, on this earth, that will replace tourism in Hawaii. Some people don't want to hear that, but I'm a realist, and uh, there's just no way. So why not partner with the tourism industry? And this is one opportunity with the charity walk, because it's these hotel employees, hotel managers, the hotel people that are putting this together and raising a ton of money and actually paying for services that in some cases the county or the state should be paying, but simply don't have the funds. So these guys pick up and fill the gap. So again, text, just text. Just go to your text, type in the number, it's 71777, and in a message just put Kauai 2306. Kauai 2306.
Okay.
You know what? I think that went to my YouTube. I think my comments only go to my YouTube viewers. So I'll put it in the Facebook one. In fact, yeah, I'll put it in the Facebook. I'm gonna put it in right here. Charlie, go ahead. I mean, while I type this in.
Well, since you've been talking about that, there's a lot of good things, and again, the stark reality is we all faced during COVID when our visitor industry almost came to a well, it actually came to a complete halt, and we saw a lot of businesses affected, and we saw a lot of revenue generation just stop on its heels. So, as Brother Mel said, unless you can find something that can replace that, I mean, some of you won't agree, and it's okay. We can agree to disagree, but there's some people that don't have the funding to take themselves out of a situation like move from Hawaii to someplace else. They don't have that funding. But some of them just want to stay here and they want to work. And the hotel industry the visitor industry has been very kind to those who want to put in a hard day's work. I mean, look, I remember back in the day, back in the late 70s when I first started working at the Hawaiian Region Hotel, which is now the Marriott, right? I mean, it was good pay. It was at what, 250 an hour. You look what you make now after all these years. But is it enough? No. I mean, I'd be a damn fool to say it is. But we had to make ends meet. You have to curb your spending. But we drive, and that's why I sometimes I get upset when I hear people talking about our different immigrants that came to Hawaii to find a better life, working in hotels, wondering, hey, how come you're at two, three jobs? You're not enjoying. That's what they're accustomed to, and they love to work. And I'm saying to sometimes when I hear the discussion, I said, hey, don't fault them for that. They want to work two, three jobs. Let them go. You know, maybe they got a goal. Maybe they got to generate so much. Maybe they're sending money back home to, family that's in need. But don't go crashing down on them because you know what? As tired as they may be, and my wife will always say this when we go to the Alamon Hotel. As tired, you can see it on their faces. Many tired maids, but they still have time to greet you when you're in your room, say hello, ma'am, hello, sir, and you can tell that they're real strong in their work ethics, and can't thank them enough. Can't thank them
Perfect.
enough.
All right. Well, that hour went by quick. Appreciate you guys always tuning in, folks. I know. We never know what we're gonna talk about. We talked a lot about dentists today and flossing and brushing teeth. We talked about traffic accidents. We talked about traffic. We talked about all kinds of stuff. Again, that's the beautiful thing about the Coconut Wireless is we just never know what we're going to talk about. And I hope you guys are entertained. I love the engagement, guys. If you guys want us to talk about anything, just put them in the comments. Again, we want this to be a safe place, a happy place. So we're not going to get
Mhm.
into too much controversy, but we definitely want to talk about what you guys want to talk about. So, of course, we'll be back here next week Thursday. But Charles, oh, hold
Yes.
on, hold on. Off topic. Wahine Volleyball having a keiki clinic and match against Wisconsin on Kuhio Day at the Raider Dome. Any county proclamation? I don't know if we're going to do a proclamation, but I can tell you that there's going to be a very special guest PA announcer at that game, but I'm not going to tell you who. Anyway,
Well, it looks pretty obvious. I mean, are we looking at that radio announcer?
I cannot say, Charles. I cannot say.
You don't have to, but
But this is going to be an opportunity for us. And remember, it's free at the brand new Ko High School gym. Wahine Volleyball going to play Wisconsin. It's an exhibition game, but nonetheless, the eclipse is out now. If anyone wants to go outside, yeah, we're going to shut this down so we can go check out the moon. But yeah, Kuhil Day, Prince Kuhil Day. It's a holiday. Go check it out. Ko High School gym. Get there early though because it's free and it's going to be. I mean, when was the last time we had a Wahine volleyball playing a school like Wisconsin here on Kauai? So anyway, with that, Charles, any closing thoughts, real quick, so we can get the people out to go
my
see the
my love
moon?
to you, my brother, and Patsy, Nikki, and your son, and to all of the families up there, and to my Hanai daughter Melissa, way over in Washington. She's she checks on me every day, and we have a lot of fun talking. But to all of you that joined us tonight, thank you so much. I know I wasn't looking at the camera, I was looking at all the nice hearts going up. But thank you so much for joining us. And again, just reiterating what Mel said, if there is something that you would like to talk about or have us bring on the show so we can get more information to you know, send us send us you can find us in Facebook or Messenger. Just send us a little note, and we'll definitely do it because our whole goal is, like Mel said, to have a free and safe environment to talk story. Sometimes uncanny, like dentists, but to talk story and get everybody engaged. And with that, take care and aloha.
Thank you, Charlie. Again, go check out the moon, guys. I don't know. I think this is the last time in 10 years where you're going to be able to see it, the whole eclipse before midnight. So go check it out. And No, sorry guys, sorry. I don't know that was like early trigger finger. Sorry about that. I meant to do this. Text Kawhi 2306 to 71777. Let's put our team to the top. All right. Love you guys. Take care. God bless. We'll see you guys next week, Thursday. Until next time, hui ho.